Hello, everyone. I'm Ronnie Johnson, Sports Information Director here at UAPB, and joining us today on Coach's Corner is head football coach Monty Coleman. Thank you, Coach, for coming to join us today.
Glad to be with you.
All right, Coach, it's off season. Tell us how recruiting's going.
Actually, recruiting is going very well, Ronnie. We've got a huge weekend coming up. This weekend, we've got about 30 players coming in. Unfortunately for us, the first weekend was snowed out, so we had to cancel that. We pushed guys back. But thus far, it's gone well. This has been a stellar year for us. We were able to sign 7 junior college transfers mid-year that's on campus right now. They're working out with the team, and they're at positions that we needed. We needed a long snapper. We lost our long snapper from last season. We were able to find a long snapper out of California. His name is Jack Ray, and he's going to come in and do a good job for us. The biggest thing that we were really focusing on was offensive line and defensive line. We've got 4 offensive linemen. I've got my list right here. I'm going to go down them real quick if I could. David Adu, he's 6'3", 295-pound offensive guard out of Tyler Junior College. Nyqua Alexander, 6'7", 400-pound offensive guard, offensive tackle out of Mercer College, California. Dimitri Williams, 6'6", 270-pound offensive tackle out of Sierra College. Jaden Glover, a 6'3", 310 center, which we needed, out of Victor Valley College. Michael Lockwood, 6'5", 275 defensive tackle. And Lundale Sanders, a 6 foot, 230-pound middle linebacker, hopefully can come in and replace Willie Duncan.
Okay. Speaking of Willie Duncan, how do you replace a player like Willie Duncan? He finished his career here with over 400 tackles. We haven't found it yet, but I'm still researching it, that he could be the all-time tackles leader here at UAPB.
Yes. Willie Duncan, I mean, what can you say? The young man played every single game for us. He had a great attitude. He was a great leader on and off the field. He did what he was supposed to do in the classroom. He will graduate this May. So it's hard to lose a Willie Duncan, but we're hoping that the Lundale Sanders can come in and replace Willie. They know each other. This young man actually played behind Willie Duncan in high school. So they're very familiar with each other, both out of Detroit. And we're hoping that this young man can come in and fill the shoes of an absent Willie Duncan.
Okay. Now let's go to the offensive side of the ball. We lose Willie Young this year. Great athlete for us for the past last 4 seasons. All-time leading yardage receiver here at UAPB. How do you replace somebody like that?
Well, Willie brought a lot to the table. He was definitely our number 1 wide receiver. You look at Cody Swain, we lost him also. So we've got our work cut out for us to try to replace these 2 guys. The good thing about it, last year in our recruiting, we brought a young man from Little Rock, Kobe McNeil, who played some for us last year. He's going to be a lot. We're going to count on him a whole lot. Jeremy Brown out of Louisiana. Didn't play. We redshirted him. He's a big receiver, bigger than Willie and Cody. Got good speed, great hands. He's about 6'2". He weighs about 210. So those 2 guys, we're looking to kind of fill the void from Willie Young and Cody Swain. We're also looking at some bigger receivers. We actually got a high school commitment this past weekend, a 6'4" wide receiver, and that's what we're looking at. We're looking at some big receivers coming in this week in our recruiting weekend that hopefully can fill the void. But it's going to be hard. The Willie Duncans, the Willie Youngs, the Cody Swains, and people like that, it's going to be real, real hard for us to fill those voids. But the coaches are doing a great job going out finding people in those positions.
Okay, now let's also talk about the returning of Brandon Duncan last year. He didn't get a chance to play the last game of the year last year because he was injured. But talk about his play last year and what do you expect from him for the upcoming season?
Well, his play, I thought Brandon played well for us, especially early in the season. Once we started getting hurt on the offensive line, then his productivity started to go down some. So the number 1 objective this year is keeping Brandon healthy, making sure that we can get the offensive linemen. If you look at the mid-year guys, I've got 4 offensive linemen right now on campus to help fill that void that we had at the offensive line, and we're going to continue each week to try to sign more offensive linemen. And I think Brandon, being the veteran that he is, the thing that he needed the most was getting that playing time, which he got a lot of playing time last year as our starter. The year before, if you recall, we had 3 quarterbacks that played throughout the season. 3 games here, 3 games here. But last year we were able to keep Brandon in. I think he'll be a better quarterback for us this year. Now, right behind him, who got some playing time when Brandon was out the last couple of games, Leroy Patterson. So he got some much-needed SWAC hours also. So I feel real good about the quarterback position, what Brandon brings to the table. If we can beef up that offensive line for him, I think he'll have a stellar year for us.
Okay, Coach. Well, this year we go to 7-game conference schedule instead
Yes.
of regular 9. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like it. You know, the whole premise was to be able to go out and play the money games. Unfortunately for us, Division I, the FCS schools aren't playing the FBS schools anymore. Just the opposite. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Division I schools aren't playing us anymore like they were, giving us the big paydays. We did try this a few years ago, about 5-6 years ago. It wasn't very successful. I don't think it'd be successful. I would like to play all of the schools in the SWAC, both East and West, in order to make it to the championship game. And it just gives us an even playing field that we've played everybody, and let the best 2 teams from the East, the one from the East and one from the West, go to the championship game, and of course go into the Celebration Bowl after that. But I'm not a big fan of the 7-game. I would like to play all 9 games, and that's how I feel.
Okay. So let's break down how it works. So we're in the Western Division. We'll play everybody in the Western Division.
Yes.
And we'll play how many teams from the East?
We'll play 3.
We'll play 3 from the East.
Yes.
And they will rotate every 2 years, Coach?
Yes.
Every
2 years.
Okay. So, well, Coach, we want to thank you for joining us today on Coach's Corner.
Thank
Have
you,
anything
sir.
else you want to add?
Well, you know, I just want to encourage our fans out there to keep rooting for us. All of our alumni to keep coming to the games. We want to have a great year for us this year. We're almost finished with our schedule. We got a very exciting schedule this year. And go Lions.
All right. Once again, Coach, thank you for joining us. And we'll have you back again next week.
I'll be back.
All right.